Let's start class. Hi everybody, today we're going to overanalyze cat and cow position. We are overanalyzing both of them together because usually they are in tandem. You do the cat pose and then you do the cow pose, and I like to do these poses 5 to 10 times in my daily practice because it just really helps promote fluid into the spinal column and in between each spinal vertebrae, And also, whenever I was pregnant with my kids, it really took all the weight off of my hips and my low back, and that was like the only relief I could find while I was pregnant. So I love cat and cow positions. It warms up your back and it really helps just stretching. It helps the stretching process in your yoga practice. All right, so I have a blanket here because we will be on our hands and knees. So if your knees are sensitive, then I would like for you to go ahead and fold up a blanket and put it directly under your knees in our tabletop position, because we're going to start in our tabletop position. Or if your wrists are sensitive, like if you have carpal tunnel and it just hurts to be on your wrists, then you can actually, let me go ahead onto my hands and knees, you can actually place your hand on an incline, and this should take the pressure off of your wrists, okay? Or you can place your hand all the way on the blanket, whatever you find comfortable. So my knees are a little sensitive. I'm going to place this directly under my knees. We're going to get into our tabletop position. This means that I'm placing my wrists directly under my shoulders and my knees directly under my hips. Now, in both cat and cow positions, you want to press the full palm into the mat. Your middle finger and thumb should be really pressing into the mat. You'll feel your forearms activate when you do this, okay? There shouldn't be any gap in your palm. All right, so toes. I like to tuck my toes because whenever I flatten my feet, I get cramps in the tops of my feet. So I always have my feet tucked, but in a cat position, proper formation is to have your feet flat on the ground. So let's go into cat formation first. So breathing in, as we breathe out, we're gonna round our back, rotating our hips. We want to activate those forearms and kind of rotate the upper arms inward. So letting your head and neck hang, we're looking towards the belly button. And we still want to have these shoulders directly under or over our wrists. I'm looking towards the belly button, or you can look towards the floor. And feel your shoulder blades come apart. So you really, really want to exaggerate the bend in your back, the curve in your back, like you're a scaredy cat. You're like, meow, and you run away, right? Let's do 2 more breaths just in this position. And every time you breathe out, I want you to bring your belly button towards your spine. All right, and on the next exhale, Let's come back to tabletop. So tabletop is just a neutral back, okay? All right, so we're gonna prepare for our cow pose. So I'm not sure if y'all ever seen a cow, but usually cows kind of dip their belly. So we don't want our belly to hang too much. We want to have a control dip in our belly. We're rounding those hips upward now. Still pressing your middle finger and your thumb into the mat, feeling the forearms activate, looking up or directly in front of you. So I would like for you to just take 3 to 5 breaths in this position. Also, we're going to tuck our toes in this position. And also activate that core, which is going to kind of activate the girdle all the way around your whole core, right? Make sure you're not sinking in, bringing your shoulder blades to touch each other, but not to be too relaxed. One more breath here. All right, now I'm coming back into a neutral back. So what we're gonna do here is 3 rounds of cat and cows. This, I feel like, is an amazing sequence to really warm up your back and your abs so that you can get a little deeper in all the stretches in your yoga practice, okay? So breathing in, we're gonna look up, dropping our belly down towards the ground, pressing those hands into the ground. And as we breathe out, I'm breathing through my nose, mind you. We're looking in towards that belly button, rounding that back as high as it can go, really spacing those shoulder blades apart. All right, so breathing in, dropping that belly, breathing out. All right, and now this time I'm gonna switch my feet as well. So breathing in, dropping that belly, feet are tucked, breathing out. I'm gonna untuck my toes, looking in. All right, so let me come on down to a seated position. So the cow pose, you've got to be very careful of your neck. You don't want to strain your neck whenever you're looking up, okay? It will help stretch the chest and neck and spine, okay? And I'm just reading my reference book. You're always supposed to draw your stomach muscles toward your spine to keep from sinking into that lower back. All right? So these are pretty easy positions, and it's just really going to help you understand how your hips rotate forward and back. So, cat position. You need to be wary of your knees. Like I said, you can always get a blanket and get both knees on your blanket. That's totally okay. The benefits are stretching the neck and spine, strengthens the abdomen and arms. So activating those arms, helping them rotate inward. So cat and cow positions are amazing for your day-to-day practice, and I hope that you try these out. These videos are just to get you a great foundation for these simple poses, these beginner poses. So whenever your yoga instructor asks you to do cat-cows, now you can really overanalyze while you're in the position. Are your hands in the right position? Are your feet in the right position? Are your hips rotated enough inward or outward? So I hope that this enlightens you a little bit in your cat and cow position practice. I hope that you have a great rest of the day. You stay safe and stay healthy, and namaste.